Hi, I'm Brak, and today I have another video for you. This time I'm going to be showcasing my ShokkJump Floatsta, which I have entered in for 2 challenges, and one is the 40k Orc Community Speedwaaapril challenge, another one for Chilling Networks, that their April challenge as well. Now, if some of those words didn't make sense, don't worry about it too much. I'll explain all those words later when we have a look at the thing. But first, I need to talk to you about coffee. This one, which was brought to you by the fabulous Gorka Marcos, who has been supplying me with a few coffees recently, so this is another one he's done, and I do thank him for it. And oh, that's nice. Yeah, Gorka Marcos bought me a coffee, and it helps to go to the channel, so for new equipment and paints and stuff like that. If you'd like to buy me a coffee, you can do so by using the Buy Me a Coffee app. There will be a link below in the description. So enough of that, let's go and have a look at a ShokkJump Floatsta. And here we have it, the ShokkJump Floatsta. Yes, it's called a floatsta because it's floating on the clouds. Or is it a bellowing puff of smoke? Well, I'll leave that up to your imagination. So yeah, look, this is it. This is what I did. And you can see in the background where my finger's pointing, that is a ShokkJump Dragsta, and this is going to be played exactly as that on the field. It has similar weapons. Let's bring this out and have a little look as well. So what we have here, you've got the rockets and the shock rifle, and over here we have, we can bring this up nice and close so you can have a little closer look. So we've got rockets, shock rifle, right. So it crosses all the boxes, I suppose, and isn't it a marvelous thing? Look, I'm really pleased about this. Pleased as punch, one could say, and I do say that a lot. And yeah, he's a lovely looking thing that you can have a look at. Let's just twirl him around for you, make him do a little dance before I start talking about the specifics. So obviously, well, maybe it's not that obvious to you, but it's obvious to me because I bought it. That was a land speeder that I was going to use for my Dark Angels, but then I made it probably about 3 years ago. I was putting it together, and you can't see it now, and it didn't really work too well. There was gaps along in here, and there was a big massive gap there, and I thought, well, I've got to get myself some green stuff to fix that up one day, and I didn't have any green stuff skills, so I just kept putting it off and putting it off, and then I just thought, well, and it's been just lying in the bit box for a while, and as time went by, the plastic warped a bit and the holes got bigger, and I thought, you know what, I'm not quite sure I can actually turn this into a land speeder for my Dark Angels, because I just think it would look a little bit too scrappy. I went, I think I need to turn it into something, and I wasn't quite sure, so it was back on the bench just waiting for inspiration to do what inspiration does. And then lo and behold, the good people at the 40k Orc Community Discord said, let's do a Speedwaa. And I thought, speed? Land speeder? What goes fast? ShokkJump Dragsta. I can be able to turn this into a ShokkJump Dragsta of sorts. So I did. And this is it. And I'm quite happy with that. So, what did I do? Well, first underneath here there were some legs. So I got the hobby tool out and I sliced off the legs and to a spot where put them down where I didn't want to ruin anymore, and made a big hole in the middle so that the torsos could fit in. So I've got two torsos sitting on that. Now I've hidden it, but there's an old Space Marine leg there sitting on there, but you can't really tell that much. So, and the same thing, it just paint a bit of blue to look like blue jeans, and because it's all sort of well hidden with orc arms and that, so you can't really see it. A little bit of trickery, I suppose. Even orcs can do trickery. So that was the first thing I did, and because this was already primed. Now, I don't think I mentioned that before, but it was already primed black. And then after that, a nice big coat of blue. Now it's not Macragge blue. It is actually Night Lord's blue. And I kept that, and basically that was it. And there's been umpteen dozen. There's been dry brushes with silver. There's been a wash with Nuln Oil, a couple of washes with Nuln Oil, then a couple of more dry brushes with Grey Knight Steel. The highlighting was done with, so you've got the lines along here with Grey Knight Steel as well, and then copious amounts of dirty washes. There's some typhus corrosion stuck in here in the gaps, because I did fill the gaps, not with green stuff, but with milliput, and which is wondrous stuff. And I've just sort of, because there was a big gap there too, so I just made it sort of plastered on as if an orc was just shoving in some mud or some whatever that to sort of build it up and make it a bit more orc worthy. And yeah, so there's a few more little washes with a mixture of typhus corrosion and a sunburst, not Troll Slayer orange. No, Fire Bright Dragon. See, I can't even get me. I keep forgetting what colours I've got. It's a good thing I've got them close by to remind me, isn't it? And just dab that on there. A little bit of stippling and lots and lots of bits to chuck on it. So these here are from a can which I've cut down and stuck to. So that's from a Mega Knob kit. Various bits and pieces from I'm not quite sure where. The shock rifle was a rifle taken off, so it was sort of a bit I got from Gear Guts that I'm using for their big shooters, and that's just stuck in there. This little thing was given to me by Mecha Minis, so I've used that as a targeting grot. The Goblin or a Gretchen is one of the painting goblins which I got from Gear Guts, and just some torsos. I had some lying around for the orcs. I'll have a look at that. So the orc is, yeah, look, they're just torsos. I'm not quite sure where I got the arms from. I think that's from the Burner Boy kit. That was from Burner Boy kit, and just a half of a claw that I got from the Megadop kit, I believe, and that's a biker arm, which I'm sort of turning it. It's meant to be a little remote control, so he presses the buttons so the rockets go off. That's the story that I'm trying to say. And that's what all those bits. The only other little bit of interest, if you pardon the pun, is this little thing. It's meant to be the ShockJump drive, and I got that from a old metal. Now I don't know if it's second edition or third or wherever. I'm not au fait with knowing my old editions, unfortunately. So maybe you, the good viewer, can school me in that. But it's a ShockJump. It's a shock attack gun, isn't it? And yeah. And the smoke effect was easy. I just grabbed some fluff out of the sofa. And I got an old sofa out the back, so I fluffed that up, and that's Beltan green in there, just a little wash, sort of dab washes on very much. I like the effect. I made this. I've got some particle board, so I just drew the just traced a shape with this little thing, and cut it around with my little Stanley knife, and Bob was your uncle. Well, actually, he's not my uncle. I've got an Uncle John, an Uncle Ken, and an Uncle Andy, but no Bob. Now, this was for the 40k Orc community Discord. I'm going to put a link below. Now, it's Speedwaaapril challenge. So we've got Speedwaa and April mixed in together. They're quite clever when it comes to putting words together at the 40k Orc community, and that's what they like to do, which is probably why I like going there. You be careful, you do go there. Look, there will be puns, but not enough to drive you away. So go and check it out. They're a good bunch. They're a good bunch of people from all sorts of walks of life. It's all orc focused. So you mainly talk about orcs. And there'll be lots of orc content. And if you'd like to enter into this challenge, please do so. Go through it. So what you need, any sort of vehicle with the keyword Speedwaa. So it can be a buggy. It can be a bike. I even think it can be. See, that's actually a bike, believe it or not. But we'll talk about that in another video. Could be a trike. Could be a warboss. Whatever you like that has whatever unit that currently has the Speedwaa keyword, or Speed Freaks keyword. Sorry. Or Speedwaa, Speed Freaks. Yeah. Well, then that would be fine and dandy. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what else I can say about this. If you are interested in doing this, then go and check out the 40k Orc community. Great bunch of peoples, and the links will be below in the description. So what did you think of that video? Did you like my build? Are you going to do a build? Would you like to enter into the competition or the challenge? Then please comment below. And if you really like the video, please like, subscribe, share, and if you haven't subscribed, please hit that notification button. That'd be muchly appreciated. What also would be appreciated is a little bit of financial help, and you can do so via Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon. The links will be below in the description. Alright, so I am going to toddle off, So I'm going to leave you with one little piece of wisdom, and that is, if you're going crumpin', remember to bash early and bash often. So buy me a coffee helps me do things financially, of course. Well, the coffee speeds things up. What would also be appreciated if you could help me out financially, and you can do so through either buy me a coffin, buy me a coffin. Beauty, do 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 do, and do 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 do.